Question 17 gives us 4 numbers and we have to write them in order of size, starting with the smallest number. The problem here is that that's a decimal, that's a fraction, that's a percentage, and that's a decimal. And it would be really helpful if they were all the same type of number, because that would be easier to put them in order of size. Now we have 2 decimals already, so I'm going to choose to change these 2 to decimals, and then we can compare them more easily. And I'm going to go for 65% first, because that's easier to change for decimal, and I know that's going to be 0.65, because you will remember to change a percentage to a decimal, you just move the point 2 places back. The fraction is slightly more difficult until you think about this, and you might remember that this is one of the special ones. This is actually 0.6 recurring, so I would write that as 0.66, and I'm going to write it as 0.666 because that's 3 figures there, and I'm going to compare them all by looking at 3 figures. And so I'm going to cheat ever so slightly. I'm going to bring this down and write that as 0.606. That I'm going to put an extra 0 on the end, and the 0.6 I'm going to put 2 extra zeros on the end. And so what I'm now looking at is I've got 600 here, 666 here, 650 there, and 606 there. And that's what I'm going to use to write them in order of size. And the smallest number is 600, so that means that the 0.6 is the smallest number. And then the next smallest is this one, so I'm going to have 0.606. And then the next smallest is 650, so that means 65% is next, which means that the 2/3 has to be the largest. And that's one way of answering that particular question.